leave, but I would like to invite our next speaker, if it's possible, before we go into a coffee break, the Vice Foreign Minister from the Vice Foreign Minister from Vietnam. Vietnam is the key partner country this year for engagement with India, and so we're really quite delighted to have the Vice Foreign Minister of Vietnam here with us. He has a distinguished diplomatic career. He served as, amongst other things, ambassador to Hungary with concurrent accreditation to several other countries in Europe, including Croatia and Montenegro, I believe. But again, it's really quite a delight to have so many senior officials here from Southeast Asia, several ambassadors, and several experts who you'll be hearing from over the course of today. So without further ado, let me invite Mr. Vice Minister, if you could please come up and take it. Thank you.
Thank you very much for the very good introductions about myself. So good morning, Secretary Preti Saran and His Excellency Vikram Mehta, Chairman of the Brookings India, my fellow ASEAN SOM leaders, ambassadors, and distinguished delegates, Namaste. It is my honor to be invited to this dialogue, and which I believe that is a very good, important venue to exchange our views on how we can contribute to the implementation and development of India's Act East policies. Vietnam has a privilege to be the country coordinator for the ASEAN-India dialogue relations at the time of significant landmarks. When we celebrate the 50th anniversaries of ASEAN, the 25th anniversary of ASEAN-India strategic partnerships, and also the 45th anniversary of Vietnam-India bilateral relations. So we are very pleased to witness encouraging achievements brought about by the Act East policy so far. Excellencies, distinguished participants, the Act East policy has proved as a step in the right direction in India's foreign policies to meet higher expectations of the fast-changing regions, including the establishment of the ASEAN community and India's increasing role as a major power in the region. It is worthy to note that ASEAN has been placed at the core of India's Act East policy and at the center of India's dream of an Asian century. So we highly appreciate the efforts of Prime Minister Modi administration to enhance ASEAN-India relations through effectively implementing the Indian-ASEAN Free Trade Agreements in services and investment, promoting connectivity and regional integration, as well as strategic cooperation to fight terrorism, freedom of navigation, maritime security, and defense cooperations. We have also seen positive signals from mutual high-level visits to 9 out of 10 ASEAN countries, as mentioned by Ambassador Saran, of Indian Prime Minister, President and Vice President, and Indian Foreign Ministers. And while there's also a number of ASEAN leaders, like Vietnamese Prime Minister and Singaporean President to visit India. As we mark the 25th anniversary of ASEAN-India relations, we have an opportunity to take stock of what the proactive Act East policy has successfully undertaken in further enhancing our strategic partnership and look into potentials to be further exploited in the coming times. Ambassador Preti Saran has already tapped a wide range of activities and plans for the future direction of our relationships. Here I wish to highlight just some following pertinent points. First, connectivity. Enhancing connectivity physical, digital, and cultural and people-to-people context is an important component in our cooperations. The development of the Mekong-India Economic Corridor, the construction of the New India, Myanmar, Laos, PDR, Vietnam, Cambodia Highway, and the extension of the India, Myanmar, Thailand Trilateral Highway would further promote transport infrastructure linkages and contribute to the increase in two-way trade and investment. The allocations of $1 billion to promote connectivity between India and ASEAN, announced by Prime Minister Modi in Malaysia in November 2015, would contribute significantly to bringing India and ASEAN closer. Political determination and commitments, even at the high level, have been made. What matters is to focus on the implementation of projects rather than working on studies and papers. There is an urgent need to develop implementable projects, encourage participation of all relevant stakeholders, and explore other innovative partnerships, for example, public-private partnership. Second, cultural connections. Sustained historical, cultural, and civilizational linkages, which date back to ancient times, are a unique and special aspect underpinned in the relationship between ASEAN and India. It is worthy to note that India's cultural footprints in Southeast Asia have been left in a peaceful way, not a show of power. Traders, travelers, scholars, and priests traveled far and wide from India, bringing the language, mythologies, culture, and religions of India with them. Evidence of linkages between ancient India and Southeast Asia are still found in many parts of the regions, from Borobudur Temple in Indonesia, Angkor Wat in Cambodia, to My Sơn Wat in Vietnam, or the Ramayana variations in our folklores. In this connection, we highly value the outcome of the second International Conference on ASEAN-India Cultural Links, which were held in Jakarta this year to study and disseminate knowledge about the civilizational links between ASEAN and India. It is also important to foster closer and greater mutual understanding among the youth of both sides, emphasizing strong cultural and civilizational bonds that cement our partnership. Travel of business people and academicians, as well as journalists between ASEAN and India, should be fostered to take advantage of the richness of our 1.8 billion human resource potential. The number of direct flights from India to ASEAN countries and the other way around should be increased. Third, capacity building. Building on its core strengths in knowledge and expertise, India has been supporting Cambodia, Myanmar, Laos, and Vietnam in IT, in English language training, and agriculture. The enhancement of the ASEAN-India Science and Technology Development Fund from $1 million to $5 million, and setting up an ASEAN-India Inclusive Innovation Platform to facilitate commercialization of low-cost technologies are important steps to further our partnership. We look forward to India's renewed pledge to share know-how and know-why and enhance ICT capacity when formulating digital connectivity initiatives. In addition, higher education is also a very promising area where India will continue to share her vast expertise with ASEAN countries. The 25 years journey of marching together with a shared vision, common destiny, and mutual trust has been beneficial for both ASEAN and India. Look ahead to the next decades. The two sides must identify the strategic areas for a new vision statement on future directions. In this regard, shaping and balanced regional order with ASEAN as a core, enhancing connectivity, deepening cultural and civilizational links under modern forms, renewing development partnership with a focus on capacity building should be centered to our shared journey. As a final note, Vietnam, as a country's coordinator for ASEAN-India dialogue relations, is fully committed and ready to work closely with ASEAN and India to carry out commemorative activities to celebrate our Golden Jubilee and bringing our strategic partnership to a new height. A partnership that is mutually beneficial and would effectively contribute to common peace, stability, and prosperity. Thank you so much for your attention.